In a world where darkness seems to rise unchecked, where the cries of the innocent are often drowned out by the piercing silence of indifference, we find ourselves questioning the role of God, justice, and the purpose of it all. The heinous crimes we witness today, like the brutal assault on the doctor in Kolkata, echo the ancient horrors faced by Draupadi in the Mahabharata. When Draupadi was dragged into the Kuru court, dishonored and disrobed, the greatest warriors, her own husband, stood by in silent rage, bound by their notions of honor, pride, and duty. It was only through divine intervention that her dignity was saved, but not before the world witnessed the depths of human cruelty. This ancient narrative is as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. The court may have changed, but the silence and violence persists. How many times have we as a society chose silence over action? How many Draupadis have suffered while we stood by waiting for someone else to step in? The powerful continue to play their games, while the masses choose silence. What does this tell us about our society? We are a civilization that prides itself on its ancient wisdom, yet we witness atrocities that make us question how far we've truly come. The Mahabharata and Ramayana are not mere tales of old, they are living scriptures, more relevant today than ever before. They teach us that this body is but a vessel made of blood, muscles, and bones. There is a universal soul or consciousness called Brahman, and there is a part of Brahman in every human being called Atman, the supreme universal soul and the deepest essence of every creature. The physical portion of the human being is the human body, a vulnerable vehicle within the ceaseless Atman. All forms of life contain a soul, and all souls have the chance to experience life in different forms. The forms may change, and in fact do change, but the life never ceases. It is Maya that clouds our vision, that binds us to the desires and ego, leading us through the endless cycle of birth and death. But these ancient texts also teach us how to break free from this cycle. They teach us to live with honor, virtue, and self-control. Krishna teaches us the path to liberation lies in knowledge, in self-realization, and in the remembrance of our divine nature. Whether in the present day or the times of the Puranas, the echoes of this struggle remain. Shaptarupa, the mother of mankind, feared for her daughters. She said, "I fear now to beget the female race. If a father can endanger his own daughter, who shall keep them safe? Who shall heal them if everyone wounds them? I fear now to give them beauty, for men might disrobe them. I fear now to give them wisdom, for men might degrade them. I fear now to give them choices, for men might disown them. I fear now to give them power, for men might destroy them. I fear." This fear is not unfounded, yet the solution doesn't lie in fear, but in a return to the core principles of Sanatan Dharma, the balance of Shiv and Shakti, the union of masculine and feminine, the recognition that all forms of life are sacred and interconnected. In 2024, the gods weep for what we have become. The once Mahan Bharat is turning into a battlefield of Mahabharat, where greed and power overshadow the divine virtues we once held dear. In the Mahabharata, Draupadi learned a hard lesson that day. She realized that her power did not lie in the might of her husbands, but in her surrender to the divine. And today, we too must learn that our power lies not in the ability to avenge, but in our ability to transform ourselves and the world around us. We must return to the wisdom of our ancestors, not just in words, but in action. So let us not be silent, let us not be passive, let us raise our voices. Let us share the teachings of our scriptures, and let us work tirelessly to bring about the change we wish to see. The soul is eternal, and so is the fight for righteousness. Jai Adi Shakti.